Okay, well, the draft screen is ready to roll. And we can see we're playing on, hopefully, Cursed Hollow. It's not Cursed Hollow, so that's wrong. Ignore that.
We are on Dragonshire to start out, yes. Okay, and we see that Glorious has opted to go... Oh, sorry. SMG has their top seed. So they got the choice between first pick, second pick. And they've opted to take second pick, so it means Glorious first pick, of course. And they're banning out Stitches.
All right, so the first ban coming here on Stitches.
Not Cursed Hollow, though.
This is Dragonshire.
No, I know. I'm saying they banned out Stitches, but it's not Cursed Hollow.
I see what you're saying.
It's not Cursed Hollow. So it's odd. It's a little bit odd, but I can understand it. Dreadnought has been playing a fair amount of Stitches today, which is unusual. We usually see him opting for Chen or Arthas when he gets the chance. Or, in previous patches, we would see him take Nubarak more often than not. But, okay, so we're moving forward with that. We see a ban on Tychus coming out of SMG.
Yep.
Glorious has opted to take Vala first pick, who has surprisingly been a very large number of games. Vala has been taken for first pick. And then we see the very common follow-up of Nazeebo Falstad.
In the meta for a long time, it was always about the first picks on like Arthas or Chen or the tanks, but it has changed so much recently. It's always the assassins we're seeing first. I mean, immediately Vala, like you said, followed by Nazeebo Falstad, and then Tassadar Zeratul. It's literally been full-on damage dealers. Not a single support or tank has been picked up yet. It's crazy how the things have changed.
In this particular game? I know, that's why we were saying when we saw the ban, was it the ban on Brightwing? From Cloud9, I think it was from Cloud9 in the winners finals. That was odd. Like, we were going nuts about that because you almost never see the supports get banned out. That was a long time ago.
When
we
the
would
support
see
bans
that.
existed, that was when the support pool was a lot smaller.
Right.
And so, as it stands, it's pretty linear as to what we see. We almost never see Jaina. Most teams consider Jaina to be a little bit too weak, not have enough necessarily damage output and utility for how vulnerable of a hero she is. So she's very uncommon to see as an assassin, and it's been pretty much the same 4 or 5 that we see played and banned out. Tyrande we did see played. Muradin has been a more popular pick as of late, and if we're looking at the drafts here, I mean, we got Nazeebo with Chen and Arthas to zone for it. I mean, we've seen this work. We've seen this exact trio, and you put Falstad there too.
It's a lot of CC. And there's a lot of bodies in the way, especially in tight quarters, to try to just block, so that Nazeebo can do the Ravenous Spirit, get away with it. But I like this pickup. We see Muradin and Brightwing. We've seen this time and time again. I think it's might be one of the better counters in the current meta. To deal. I like these two as a pair to go up against Nazeebo. As long as you have the rest of the rest of the team is supporting this effort, it's been working out pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good for them, and I mean, getting Brightwing to try. I mean, they have Brightwing Muradin, 2 really nice picks, maybe potentially go with Nazeebo, and in theory, you can try to get in there with Zeratul, but it's going to be hard to do. I feel like they're going to try to use Zeratul. I mean, obviously, glowering Zeratul, arguably the best Zeratul there in the game right now. I mean, his Zeratul is terrifying.
Yeah.
Maybe he can play Assassin and pick apart Nazeebo, but they also have Muradin, and they have Emerald Wind and Poly, so they've got a decent amount of stuff to help disengage.
The last pick, I put it down on my sheet as Malf because I just assumed that SMG was going to be taking Malf for their last pick. Nope. Uther.
Preemptively wrote it down, but Mad Timmy, not so Mad Timmy.
I got wrecked by Mad Timmy.
Yeah.
Uther.
You know what? I like it because it's. I mean, if Brightwing's taken, honestly, having the Divine Storm to help defend Ravenous Spirit makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that can work. So I'm curious to see what how he's going to be used in fights. Like, he's going to be pushing a little bit far forward, but never mind that. Let's get into introducing these very, very handsome gentlemen moving forward here. So for SMG, we have Dreadnought on Chen. Mad Timmy will be playing Uther this game. Soldier on Arthas. KO will be playing Falstad, and Arthlon on Nazeebo.
Whoa. Soldier is on a green money pig. This is not correct here, and of course, I guess...
KO is putting a wrench in Mad Timmy on a blank mount.
Whoa. I guess he just doesn't play this hero.
He's got a skin for it. All right, never mind that.
We have Glaurung playing as Zeratul, Muradin being played by ZPs once again, Brightwing by Nirak, Vala by Cathan Luck, and last but not least, it's going to be Syracuse repping the Tassadar, not wrecking the Tassadar. And
he's going to wreck with Tassadar.
Say,
right?
Hey, minions, stop that. Get in your lanes. Stay.
Doing a little solo. But one guy's getting ahead. He's clearly the marathon runner of the group.
He's on his way forward. 3 in the bottom lane versus 2 presently. And, just going to scout with that Arcane Flare out of Brightwing. Seeing Arthlon, they noted that there is 3v2 at this point in time. Middle lane is going to be 2v1. Soldier will be able to hold his own against Glowring, and of course Glowring will be rotating around.
I just had a revelation, Jake. We were talking about this Uther. Like, why are they taking Uther? They were watching. SMG was watching some of Glorious's previous games. They had to have been. At least first Wildfire, when we had Iacona doing the Divine Storm as soon as he blinks in, Divine Storm. That's why they're taking Uther. We have Glaurung, so let's see if Glaurung can make those adaptations.
Oh my goodness, a kill on Chen already. That's almost unheard of. They actually picked him off in the top lane with Zeratul and like Muradin. I saw him up there, but I was like, that's not going to happen. He's not going to die, but he actually managed to die there because nice stuns. This one of the weaknesses that Chen has. If you stun him just as soon as he starts using his brew, it prevents him from getting the shield. So if you can time it right, if you can really pick him off a little bit earlier than you expect, and a lot of damage going down here. They're going to be able to back up here with Soldier coming down the zombie wall. There it is. Oh, we got Luck is in a lot of trouble, and the kill is there as Matt Timmy comes from the bottom. Arth very low, and Glowring forced to blink back.
He led the zombie wall very nicely. There was no way for him to even be able to dash forward, even with the speed on Brightwings. I'm always forgetting this one. What is it? The Sticky Flare. Not the Sticky Flare.
Arcane Flare?
No, the Pixie Dust. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
I'm terrible with the support abilities. That's why I have Jake here. Yeah.
I have a purpose. In the top lane, Glowring rotating up again. Dread is going to see the Shimmer, and he's not going to make that risk again, most likely. The Golden Money Pig is worth too much to throw away.
Of course. Standard.
Well, look at this. Glowring staying around. He's going to go for it once again. Oh, the hammer is missed. Dread,
have you done goofed again?
No, he's fine. He is going to be just fine here, tapping the well. Going to go back in this bottom tower, getting some pressured on, and it's going to fall here. Top tower, 2 shots left on it. It will regenerate some ammo over time, though.
So yeah, we've talked about this in some of the previous Dragonshire games that we've watched. You know, each team is going to put a little bit more effort into sort of having mirrored lanes. So we're seeing 3 people on the bottom side for SMG as Dreadnought's in a little bit of a pickle here. And then we have 2 people pressing up on for Glorious on the top lane. So basically what we're going to have is Glorious is going to have control of the top shrine for some time. SMG will have control of the bottom. And as you can see, they're pushing forward. They even have that much of an advantage in this lane.
Matt Timmy, a little bit aggressive, taking just so much damage and getting polyed and almost paying the price. In theory, Cthulhu Luck could have tried to chase to get the kill there, but with a...
Wow, look at this rotation.
Yeah, that's aggressive, man. You know, Matt Timmy's lucky to be alive, honestly. He was...
You're very lucky, kid.
Well, the Dragon Knight is going to be able to be capped here for Glorious, but with Soldier here...
Yeah, it's going to be tough to take a shrine against an Arthas, but we're going to need to see some kind of rotation from the team here.
Oh, they're going to get it. They're going to get it.
They're going to get it. There was no one rotating from SMG upwards. They needed to either take a shrine or have a couple more heroes up in the mid lane to deal with this. Soldier gets the big boot, says, get out of here. I am trying to push down this wall, and he's going to get at least this tower. Yeah. Probably more because he's got some backup from his team.
Falstead flying in. Cthulhu Luck on his way up here with so much extra damage with both the Storm from Tassadar and just Gala in general does so much damage. All 3 lanes being soaked by both teams. The Dragon Knight putting the experience in the lead for the first time here for Glorious.
Alright, so we have... There's no cleanse coming out of Uther here. He's going with Holy Devotion, which is 100% effectiveness out of all of his abilities while he's in his trait. That's his ghost form after he dies. No cleanse or clairvoyance.
I mean, I can't say I'm surprised, especially when you're considering that on the opposite team, or I mean even not even the opposite team, it's just like additional support for that Nazebo. If Uther happens to die, you can continue to sustain the team as efficiently as possible, and it's quite nice. I mean, we've seen the Uther builds change so dramatically ever since they removed Rewind from Uther. They nerfed his healing a bit,
right?
And they've changed him a few times, and his builds have changed with it.
Yeah. I suppose it's going to come down to the Uther player has to sort of make a judgment call in that situation. Got to look at the enemy team to say, like, what kind of CCs do they have available to them? And look at this Glaurung!
This KO!
I really like that play. That was so cute.
What do we say about his Glaurung's Zeratul? It's terrifying.
It is.
It's absolutely
he makes plays like that. It just wasn't... I mean, he was looking for the shimmer, but not behind his wall.
Well, who thinks that?
Right.
No one. No one's looking there.
Right.
Like... you don't. Your eyes are around, around your base, not in your base.
Yeah.
And
so that was cool. I would have loved to have seen them pick up a kill there, but it didn't end up panning out. It did a lot of damage, and certainly has scared Falstad into
just
his positioning.
Being
Look at
about as
this.
cheeky as it gets right now, just lying in wait, seeing what comes by him. He's got nothing better to do. I mean,
Yeah, no, there's nothing else on the map that he could be doing right now. No supporting of lanes, no gank attempts, nothing, guys. He's better off just reading the newspaper on the bridge of death.
He's got his yo-yo and he's just going at it.
Oh my.
Well, right now, 10 for both teams.
Yes.
Level advantage still in favor of Glorious. Just about, 60% of a level up right now. And we see that the Dragon Shrines are going to be popping up in just about 20 seconds. Now, both teams are just kind of playing passively. It looks like Glorious wants to get some Knights, and that's a nice little thing to do. But again, Glamour is just kind of making KO stay on his toes the entire time.
Yeah. And you can see how passively he's playing. He's hugging close to that wall. He's like, okay, if he pops out, I just need to get to the other side. And yeah, that gives him.
Oh my goodness! But the zombie wall is going to be good enough to get the kill here on Narak.
Get out of here, Narak.
It's not enough.
Okay,
He's dead.
What?
He's dead.
Oh,
he's dead.
Syracuse
nice effort, but there was no saving him. Even with the shields from Syracuse, even with the projectile on himself, not enough. Glaurhong's still poking around, not really sure what he's looking for because it's just big tanky dudes around him. And in the top of the map, we see that we actually have KO getting pressured really hard.
Yeah,
he's going to be able to get out of there.
Almost died, but that's going to give full control of that Trop Shrine to Glorious. And even Glaurhong's putting in a lot of pressure on this bottom.
Yeah, but Mad Timmy, well, as soon as he sees Brightwing coming in, Mad Timmy has to back on up because 2v1, not too fun.
2v1, not too fun.
Dragonite picked up here for Glorious.
Oh, I'm just staring at Jake. I'm like, no, he's not getting this one. No rhyme? Okay.
All right,
moving on.
Sometimes they're subconscious.
He's just so good at them. Just can't stop. All right, so yeah, like you were saying, we do have a Dragonite picked up for Glorious, and they've just actually rotated immediately up top. They've already pushed down the wall in mid lane, so they figured, okay, this is their second Dragonite, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, they
yes,
picked up
their
it.
second Dragonite.
They're taking a good amount of map control. I would definitely give the edge to Glorious here going into this mid game area. They've put a lot more pressure on SMG structure wise.
Yeah, no, for sure. They have like you said, they have the structure advantage, and just in general, like it's a moral victory. If you're getting the Dragonite, it's like saying you're winning the lanes, more or less.
Right.
And it's just like it's frustrating. Like, oh, they got another Dragonite. Got to worry about this again. And the Dragonite has another 10 seconds on it. They're going to see what they can do. They will not get a fort with it, unfortunately, because the rock hard defense here for SMG. The stun on the Dragonite. They're going to secure the kill on it. Who's in there? Syracuse doesn't want to be in the front line as Tassadar. Can back up, but the sprint from Mad Timmy, looking for that Divine Storm right now, but the Polymorph goes off. He's not going to be able to get it off. He has to heal himself immediately.
Why didn't he go into the VP?
And oh my goodness, it just wasn't enough. The poly was too huge there. The Shockanot doing a lot of damage.
Wow, okay.
The fall. The Divine Storm still available while you're in your Ghost form and you have 100% efficiency. Syracuse very, very low right now, looking for that body block. Oh,
does he hop over the wall with W? No,
he does not. Okay. So low. He might have been able to get Syracuse and ZPs, but he doesn't want to throw his life away like that. Man, nice plays all around here. And where is Glaurhong going? To the graveyard he goes.
To the graveyard, that's where he's going. Okay, so I was so confused. Mad Timmy almost had a really nice situation. He sprinted in front of Tassadar when he was coming out of the Dragonite. He was like, okay, I can lock him down for a nice Divine Storm. Ended up catching himself really far out of position, but then the VP went down, and he had an opportunity. He was still at about half health when he was retreating. He could have just walked into the VP to stall to wait for his teammates to come out to help. Instead, he tried to run around the VP and got nuked immediately. I was a little confused by that, the decision to not just go into safety there. Ended up working out for them, and then the rest of the fight, like you said, while in Ghost form, Uther can still cast his Divine Storm. He found a nice spot to use it a little later on. And
yeah, I mean,
we see
the sprint he was looking for, but it's so painfully obvious when you just sprint headlong by yourself.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what's that Uther do?
Right wing's just like sheep.
Yeah,
and he's a sheep or a pig or a squirrel. It was a nice play, but didn't work out too much. But in the end, it was still a pretty decent fight for us.
Yeah, they ended up taking that advantage, and we can see that levels are pretty even. Both teams are just about level 15 here, so no particular advantage level-wise. But we do see some map control out of SMG. They are pushing down this bottom lane. They have Knights bottom lane and top lane. So that if the wall hasn't been taken down top lane for SMG, it probably will go down to this Knight push, and while they have them busy down here.
So I like how Glaurhong is really just focusing all of his damage on Arthlon. He's really just going in constantly. Look at that. He sees Arthlon. He's like going to try to chick away at him and just poke, warm all out. Yeah, just get some damage, some chip damage, if you will. and the stun there on ZP. ZP is forced to pop his Super Candy King Muradin, and oh my goodness, the Shotgun doing a good amount of damage there, but the Strafe is doing just as much as well. Divine Storm goes down, Mad Timmy walks in the Void Prison to stay alive, but Emerald Wind will secure the kill and do so much damage to everyone on Symbiote Gaming. This is looking really grim for SMG. The Ravenous Spirit has come out,
Ravenous
in
is
the
still
wide open. He actually has to cancel it almost immediately, and with Dread going here on Panda Pals, he might be able to pick up the kill, but it's almost like he should be
he's got to get out of there. No, he's got to get out. He doesn't have enough health under that, does he?
No, he does not. He's
Chen doesn't do that much damage.
Oh, Nirak gets out at the last possible second. Use the phase shift to get out of there. Wow, what a clutch escape.
Yeah, you need a stun to interrupt that channel. So his stunner, you got to kill him.
Neither of those heroes are capable of stunning him out of it, so he's just going to hope he can get out in time, and just barely made it out.
Like I was saying, Chen doesn't really do that much damage on his own in Panda Pals. It's decent damage, but it wasn't enough where, you know, if you're trying to dive into 3 people to try to pick up that kill on Tassadar, especially when he has shields and everything. It was a situation where you need some heroes to back you up. You can stall, you can get on the other side, body block, but you need extra damage to pick up a kill like that. And I'm not sure I agree with him throwing his life away for the chance to get that kill.
He should have backed up as soon as he had 3. It was 3v1. I mean, even if you got 3 Panda Bros, it's not going to be enough. Well, they do have both shrines at the very moment. Oh, as I say that, they lose the bottom one to Glaurung.
Yep.
Knight's being picked up here by Glorious, and a big rotation to the middle of the map as we see Symbiote funneling down towards ZPs, but he's got plenty of reinforcements behind him.
Yep, and Tassadar pops the vision, so their little potential gank attempt there was foiled. And we see SMG rotating down to the bottom to cap that shrine, and Glorious responds by having Brightwing move up to the top shrine to take that. So we see little musical shrines.
Let's take a look at the level 16 talents while we see this fort get blown up.
Absolutely. So
actually, as I say that, they're rotating down with a big Void Prison. KO is kind of out of position here all by himself. He has to try to get in there. Mad Timmy rotating back to save his life. Soldier super vulnerable here. He gets hit by the Emerald Wind. Emerald Wind was baited out pretty early. Not the best use of it, but it still did enough work. Oh my goodness, look how low Syracuse is. ZP's backing up, Syracuse backing up, getting the shielding. The Ghost Uther doing a lot of work right now, but Arthlon's gonna fall. And honestly, it's just looking really strong by SMG once again. Now they get that nice kill at the end, but they should be backing up. I don't know why they're chasing this, even if they have Panda Pals. Like
Panda Pals, I think, is available, yes, but
the sustainability on these 3 heroes.
Yeah, you don't have enough damage on Dreadnought and Arthas here to even really get the kill. So I guess it's harassment, but what are they going to get out of it in the end? Not
they're
much.
protecting the shrine. I guess that's the idea, is keep them from getting the Dragonite, keep them away from the shrine, show them that we're not afraid of them, but still, they're not going to get a kill, that's for sure.
Yeah. Wow, okay, all right, so just the one night. They are able to push forward with those Mercamps, and they are able to take that top fort.
Taking a look at the level 16 talents here.
Okay. Yeah, we do have Root. No, sorry, not Root. That's level 7. So for Chen, level 16, that's when you get the after the flying kick. You get an auto attack crit.
Ooh, Soldier manages to sneak the Dragonite at the last second, right before the Psystorm.
All right, so we see him backing up here to take these creeps, because if you try to just walk up and face tank a wall or even the fort there, you're going to end up taking a ton of damage from the tower shot. So it's smart play to push out your creeps first, then move in, especially if you have the rest of the team there. No sense of taking that damage. Let the creeps absorb that.
Maximize the efficiency on the Dragonite. You got 55 seconds with it. Don't want to let it take too much damage. And this is what they need. They need this aggression on the middle lane. They hadn't done any damage prior to this. And getting a fort would be really nice now, because they haven't taken a single fort. Actually, only 1 fort has been taken this entire game.
Yeah, that's actually a good point to bring up. 14 minutes into the game. That's pretty rare to see such passive building aggression to that point.
Yeah. So now 1 fort for each team. The Dragonite continues to progress forward. Notice his team is lagging behind a little bit, so Soldier doesn't want to get too hammed.
Yeah, that's why you see him backing up there. He says, no point in taking all this extra damage.
Just throwing down his Dragon Breath. Dealing the damage here. Take out the well, take out the fort maybe, but the rotation coming up from every member of Glorious Hero and Shield from Syracuse. And still 10 seconds of the Dragonite, but that's his cue to back
Of course,
up.
Underneath that Dragonite, we have an Arthas who has a ridiculous amount of sustain with Army of the Dead, so no emergency there for him to get out, but was able to take about half that fort, and they did take the bottom fort too.
Oh my goodness, Glaurung going in hard on Arthalon, but the heal from Uther is quite strong. and all that damage being taken. Arthlon's Q to kind of find a safe spot where he might feel the Ravenous from afar. We see him looking for that spot, going to the right here. Emerald Wind has been used. A huge shock and awe doing so much damage. Nerak has to run away from Arthlon here. He has no choice. This Strafe is really big. It's only hitting Dreadnought right now, doing a bit of damage, but all these heroes that are taking the damage are so very tanky. Nerak gets hit by a Howling Blast, but he's going to be the backup here. This fort is going to fall.
I'm watching Glaurung during these team fights, and he's just being obnoxious, like just straight up obnoxious. Like, he's just sitting in the back line trying. It's what seems like risky play, but he's just harassing Nazebo, making sure that he's not in a position to even back up to pop down that Ravenous Spirit. So I like how Glaurung has adjusted his play here, just making sure he's not in the middle, trying to take those Divine Storms and getting nuked down immediately. He's just providing almost support, it seems like, at this point.
It's, if you're a slippery assassin, you got to play like a ninja. Ninjas don't ever want to get touched. They want to just kill, one-shot kill, back up. And that's kind of what Zeratul is. He's that Protoss samurai ninja dude. And
Protoss samurai ninja dude.
And you got to play him like...
stream, you guys heard it here first.
Well,
Protoss ninja dude.
Where's the Mothership guy?
Mothership guy. Yeah, you're going to anger some people saying those things. All right, so we see SMG. They're backing up. They're just taking their Giants. Both teams are playing somewhat passively here, just taking their side of the map control. They're still waiting on the Dragon Shrines, which is going to be the big point of contention in terms of map mechanics. We see the SMG is rotating up to the top lane, and Nerak is actually very out of position. Are they able to dive on him to get that zombie wall up by the gate?
No, the Poly, the Sweet Butterfly, is going to escape here, and the Shrines are going to be up in just about 2 seconds, so the top Shrine is easily going to go to SMG.
Of course.
Is False Head going to fly bottom to grab that Shrine?
That would be super risky. Yeah, just looking at the position that Glaurung is in, and gosh, glorious. Glaurung, you're killing me. Okay, so they saw that the Giants had just been taken bottom lane, so there's at least some representation down there from Glorious. So it would have been a risky play. I think this is fine. They're just backing up, taking the fort top lane. They now have all the forts down, whereas like 3 minutes ago they had none of them down. So they're structure-wise, they're pushing forward. They're getting nice advantage, and they even have half-level advantage going into level 20. Speaking of level 20, we haven't even talked about those talents yet. Ooh. For SMG, we have Rip. Rip. Exploit is just crashed for Jake, so I'll read those off to you guys. We have Resurgence of Storm, 3 of them, Uther, Arthas, and Chen. So that's going to be very annoying moving into the late game. And KO, just a little bit out of position there, just trying to sneakily cap that bottom shrine. No good. Catches himself really far out of position and gets nuked down really fast. We see Arthlon sprinting in to try and get a kill on Nerak.
Oh my goodness, the Emerald Wind, the continuous winds pushing them back so much. Okay, and we see a lot of damage going down the map. Timmy, the wall goes down. Actually, that's kind of a uncoordinated Void Prison with the Strafe there.
Yeah.
The Strafe didn't do a whole lot of work. I mean, it's not too good there, but it doesn't matter. Ravenous Spirit going in.
DP's moving in for the kill.
Running back to the baseline. He's going to get the attack there. And honestly, 2 members down for SMG already. They've just got the 3 left. Dread trying to fall back. The zombie wall there gets Syracuse. No, but he's able to back up. But Panda Pal is here, and ZPs is very low. Dwarf tossing, trying to get himself out. Oh, it's back and forth, guys. It's so very close, but with 5v3, it's going to be in favor. 4v3 act, or 4 kills for Glorious. There we go. Yes.
Math. They don't do math on stream, remember?
I don't do math on stream. Now, just to talk about XSplit, it is in quote-unquote crash mode, so all that means is I can't remove the talents, and you guys cannot see the names of the teams or the score. So,
okay,
it's fine for the game. We have to work with it. The game,
at least you have the talents up. That's
yes,
good.
We're capable of seeing all the information here and continue casting, so that's good. Now, a big rotation here. Emerald Wind, once again,
the thing is always off cooldown. Look at it.
It always surprises me when I see players walk into Emerald Wind time and time again, and like that, like running into it, you're taking damage each and every time you do that. So.
Right. So we saw a little bit of a contention point there. There's a bit of a fight down in that bottom shrine. That was an attempt to hold on to that Dragon Shrine. They were able to cap it to get that Dragon Knight. Didn't end up happening. A really good bounce back from SMG there. And we have ourselves a very, very close game.
Yeah, we really do. And again, loser finals, game 1 right now. I know the screen cannot see that, but that is in fact the score here. And right now, I mean, we see the Dwarf Toss going in from Muradin. ZP's looking for that stun here. Arthlon needs to make sure he's in a safe spot, because the second they see an opportunity, they're going for him, especially Glaurung. He's been so aggressive, just going in, dealing some damage, backing up, constant, time and time again.
I think Brightwing was trying to move down to sneak that bottom shrine away, and finding himself a bit out of position. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think his phase shift was quite off cooldown, so he said, what utility can I get? You see a really nice shock and awe there on CPs.
Yeah, and the Emerald Wind comes down, the continuous winds pushing them back a lot. They actually get the kill on False Head so very quickly. ZP's was low, but after Stone Form and First Aid and all of his healing abilities, look how full he is. Metemi forced to run away. Oh my god, the Ravenous Spirit going to town, but actually they managed to get the Sun. Metemi with the late Divine Storm, stalling for Nazeebo a little bit here, but he's going to be in Ghost Form for the rest of this fight. Strafe did some work. Syracuse not going to be falling just quite yet. The sustainability on this team is actually just insane. How resilient Glorious can be. ZP is going to finally fall, and Syracuse is going to get out of here.
So, SMG is in a position right now, yeah, they just need to rotate up. If they can take this Dragon Knight really fast, that's what they need to do right here. There's, Vala and Tassadar both mid. Are they going to be able to stall long enough? I don't think so. It's going to be so close. He needed to put up the zombie wall, I think, preemptively, but with Clown Luck rotating.
Oh, there's the zombie wall, though. Oh, he actually managed to get out of it with the phase shift. And we see the attempt again. He does get it. He does get it. A misplay by Syracuse. He should have had Psystorm ready for that, I believe. I could be wrong, but man, that's a big play here. Getting the Dragon Knight at this late in the game, that's a lot of power.
Still have another 10 seconds before anyone that had died in that previous fight on Glorious is going to be able to come up. So they need to push in hard right now.
And that's exactly what Dread is doing. He's just walking right in. He's going to play, relatively safe, but he's still going to do as much damage as he can with that Dragon Breath. Now, as this team does rally across the map, they should slowly come out here. We just have Soldier with him right now. Soldier, got to be careful as well. He sees Glaurung. He sees the Shimmer. And he's not going to get too cheeky because you never know who's around the corner.
Yep, still another 50 seconds on this Dragon Knight. We can see that Dread is just very cautiously poking in, sort of waiting for Glorious to commit to the situation. We see Glaurung moving in from behind here.
And, well, Glaurung just doing a little bit of damage. He's going to continue to be pretty passive. The punch on CPs is actually dodged by the Dwarf Toss out of the range. It does have a maximum range where you can, quote-unquote, dodge it. Now, that tower is going to fall, giving them the 650 experience, helping them continue their lead forward. They're level 23 to 22. Pretty darn close at this point in the game, though. Dragon Knight still has a good, solid 16 seconds remaining, and they're going to really try to get this keep, but they don't want to put themselves in a bad spot.
Yeah, it's a scary spot to be in, especially popping Dragon Knight. If you don't have, you've got that keep right next to them.
They got it. They got it.
So
they got the experience. They got the creeps. They got the catapults.
There's only 2 seconds left. CP's going and trying to block out Dreadnought.
Yep, and they're actually just going to use the blast charge from the Dragon Knight, to disengage. Because when the Dragon Knight dies, it makes a big knockback around it. And Dreadnought going in. He has Panda Pals available, and ZP's gets so very low, but he pops Stone Form. He pops everything he has, and he's still alive. Emerald Wind is so strong at zoning right now, but the Ravenous Spirit did a lot of work as well. ZP's doesn't have his cooldowns available this time. And with Panda Pals, we actually see an offensive bolt out of KO going forward to secure that kill. What a huge play. Murden does have Resurgence. He'll be back up in just a second here.
But burning out those Resurgences is really important when you consider that SMG has 3 Resurgences available to them. If you can take out the only Resurgence on the other team, pick up a quick kill on Zoom.
Wow, oh my goodness,
that was so ballsy. I like it though. He was able to get in, deal a lot of damage to the team.
And they get Dread, but he has Resurge.
Of course. So, this is sort of what Glorious needs to do. They need to pick off, just get a couple kills here and there, especially on the Resurgence people, then take a team fight. It's tough to line these things up. Resurgence is a very strong talent. That's why we see whenever it's available, a lot of the teams will grab it.
And just immediately stealing these Giants here. A nice little small victory for Glorious as they try to catch up in the levels. Almost a level down, but at this point in the game, it doesn't mean that much, but it's still a nice advantage to have.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just something they have to tend to. They have to send someone down. The Giants outrange keeps. So if you just leave them to push, then it's going to be a problem. Yeah, we can see that SMG is rotating down to deal with those Giants. This gives Glorious a little bit more map control. They have some freedom to move around, take camps where they please.
All right, well, the Giants are going to get cleaned up here. The Knights going to be picked up. 20 seconds left before the Shrines are available on the map here. The next Dragon Knight, I mean, we saw how hard that Dragon Knight hit. Dread was pretty passive with it, rightfully so. But man, they hit like a truck the later the game goes. Glaurung, again, just doing so much damage to KO, but Uther able to heal him up and fall. Just one flick of the eye.
Yeah, you can see how much those gathering power stacks are adding up for those Singularity Bombs. He's got,
you're right.
You can double bomb at level 16, so you can just go in, nuke, back out with the wormhole.
All right, Syracuse forced to use the cooldown back up. Glaurung going in the backline, misses his first Singularity Spike. Shock and Awe does not hit. Glaurung has fallen, but Bolt goes down for KO as well. Soldier in the front line doing a lot of work here. He does have the sustainability. He's looking for Nirak. He wants to kill a Nirak. He gets the Howling Blast. Syracuse backing up as well, but he's so far pushed forward when his team is not with him here.
CPs.
But yes, CPs. Does he have the toss? He does have the dwarf
Hourglass
toss.
up in 1 second. Where is it? There it is.
There it is, and he does get the kill. And you know what? 2 for none.
Yeah, they'll take it.
Yeah.
They'll take it. We take those.
I almost said sounds like fun, but it didn't make sense.
No, that's fun. It's fun for SMG.
Well, you know what? They got the Dragonite here. They are going to get it uncontested, as there are, in fact, 2 members down and no
They're going
near
in.
the shrine.
They're going in. They have to go in.
They're going.
They're going for the core here. Why are they backing up so much? I don't get it. It's 25 minutes in. The Dragonite hits for like 5% per hit. They're up 2 heroes right now. They only have another 10-second window to get in there before.
But if they throw their lives here, they lose the game. So the gamble is there. They don't want to get too greedy, but like you said, look how hard the Dragonite does in fact hit at this point in the game. It's just a boss. Now Mad Timmy, he does have Divine Storm. Oh,
there
he
it
didn't
is.
use
Just
in
popped
time.
up.
He did. Emerald Wind going down. Nirak super low. But man, look how much zoning you got out of that Emerald Wind.
There it
Just
is.
Continuous wins is so very strong, but that's going to be game, guys. The Dragonite is not going to fall anytime soon. So GG, game 1, going glorious.
Yep. Going to SMG.
Yeah.
Words.
It's been a long day, guys.
It has.
It's been
It has.
a long day, but it's great.
So yeah. We can see how strong that Dragonite is. Past 25 minutes, I was surprised a little bit. They're slowly moving towards that core, and I was like, okay, I think they can just kind of go in and just run their face into it, which is sort of what they ended up doing. But I was surprised that they took their time, but they got there eventually.
Yeah. I mean, they just kind of wanted to wait posture and make sure they don't do anything too poorly executed. So, guys, we actually do have to do a restart here on the stream, so stick with us. We got to restart the stream. It's going to go down for just a moment. Shouldn't be more than a minute, and we'll be back up and running for game number 2 of this best of 3 series between Glorious and Symbiote Gaming. Stay tuned.